Caitlin Clark will join their coverage for Sunday Night Basketball beginning this weekend for the Lakers versus the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. This is the WNBA superstar's debut as an NBA analyst, and NBC has absolutely been killing it. First, they had MJ, which, by the way, that deal was insane. He got paid $40 million, and I literally think he sat.
Aliyah Boston's reaction to Caitlin Clark landing an NBC Sports analyst role has sparked plenty of conversation, and for all the right reasons. While many WNBA veterans either stayed silent or offered subtle shade toward Caitlin's latest achievement, Aliyah responded with genuine, unapologetic support. When news broke that Caitlin would join NBC Sports as a special contributor for Basketball Night in America, Aliyah took to Instagram and simply wrote, "Period. Yes, babe." Just 2 words and an emoji, but in the context of Caitlin's meteoric rise and the resistance it has sometimes faced within the league, those words carried real weight. They reflected excitement, authenticity, and a complete absence of jealousy. More than a viral social media moment, Aliyah's response felt like a refreshing display of true teammate energy and raised the question of whether the Indiana Fever have quietly built one of the strongest star duos in the WNBA, or sometimes support really can be that simple.
Your thoughts on your teammate joining you as a colleague at NBC?
Oh, I know. I'm super excited. I think that's awesome. I think Caitlin's going to do a great job. She's awesome at everything.
What makes this moment so significant is the scale of what Caitlin Clark has just accomplished. She secured what may be the most coveted broadcasting role in women's basketball history, joining NBC Sports as a contributor on Basketball Night in America alongside legends like Carmelo Anthony, Tracy McGrady, and Vince Carter, with Maria Taylor hosting. Her debut is set for February 1st at Madison Square Garden for Lakers versus Knicks, followed by another appearance on March 29th for Thunder versus Knicks. Clear proof that NBC specifically wanted Caitlin on its premier basketball platform. That achievement alone is massive, especially for an athlete still competing at the highest level. What elevates Aliyah Boston's support even further is the context surrounding it. The 2025 season was brutal for the Indiana Fever, with Caitlin limited to just 13 games due to multiple injuries, including a lingering right groin issue that sidelined her for the entire second half of the season. Sophie Cunningham and 3 other key players also suffered season-ending injuries, forcing Aliyah to carry a much heavier load than anyone expected. She rose to the challenge, playing all 44 regular season games while averaging 15 points on an elite 53.8% shooting, 8.2 rebounds, 3.7 assists, and 1.2 steals per game, earning her 3rd consecutive All-Star selection. Given that backdrop, Aliyah's enthusiastic support speaks volumes. She could have felt resentment after holding the team together while her superstar teammate recovered, or jealousy watching Caitlin secure major off-court opportunities during the offseason. Instead, despite being one of just 3 Fever players under contract through 2026, she openly celebrated Caitlin's success, offering a textbook example of genuine leadership, selflessness, and real friendship.
Crazy that it feels like every other sport will just come out and say what it is besides the WNBA. The NBA is not scared to acknowledge that there's no more iconic figure in basketball, not just the women's game, but possibly the game in general than Caitlin Clark. But we would not hear that in the WNBA space. We wouldn't hear that from WNBA media, but the NBA media and the NBA and the league itself is not scared to say it. Like we've seen it when Caitlin does golf events. It just seems like every league but her own is not scared to say.
The contrast between Aliyah Boston's response and how other WNBA veterans have reacted to Caitlin Clark's success is impossible to ignore. While many players stayed completely silent about the NBC announcement, others offered passive-aggressive remarks implying that certain athletes receive opportunities they haven't earned, or continue their habit of downplaying whatever Caitlin accomplishes. Aliyah's enthusiastic celebration cuts straight through that negativity. She isn't intimidated by Caitlin's rise or threatened by her success. She's openly embracing it, uplifting her teammate, and showing what real confidence and genuine support look like in a league that doesn't always reward it.
What's it like for you this past season in certain situations and circumstances to be the one offering advice and offering comfort versus the one receiving it? Because, you know, the previous year you were the rookie, right? How was that role different for you, and how comfortable were you taking that on?
I think, I mean, the only difference really is that I was doing it in the league. This time, I feel like I've always been someone that kind of gives advice and kind of gives my 2 cents especially when it comes to basketball, just because obviously the way I see the game. And so for me this year, especially having Caitlin being a rookie, like I obviously just being a rookie the year before and knowing exactly what's going to come, whether it's the refs, whether it's social media. But I think also Caitlin handles that like a champ. Like she knows exactly what it's going to be, but she also knows that she has a big name, and Caitlin Clark is a huge name that people want to come on. They want to say what they think. They want to, what she should do, what this should happen. But I think when you look at it, Caitlin's just a competitor, right? And so for me, it made it easy because the advice I gave was just, okay, girl, I'll be my little short roll. If that's what you need, don't worry about the refs because they're not going to give you any calls because that's exactly what they do to rookies. And especially her being the player that she is, like they essentially want to see, oh, well, can you handle yourself on this league? But I think as the season went on, like you saw Caitlin, she handled that like a champ. And I think she handled it from the very first game. Is that her thing is she's here to compete.
Aliyah Boston once again showed what a real teammate looks like by genuinely celebrating Caitlin Clark's breakthrough instead of resenting it, reinforcing just how special the Indiana Fever's foundation truly is. From Caitlin's rookie season, when veterans target her with excessive fouls and complain about the attention she brought to the league, Aliyah never played into jealousy or bitterness. She stayed focused on basketball, built on court chemistry, and helped elevate the Fever as an organization, and that same professionalism carried to the injury-ravaged 2025 season. Despite losing Caitlin for half the year and dealing with multiple season-ending injuries, Aliyah carried a massive load, delivered an all-star caliber season, and still showed nothing but excitement for Caitlin's off-court success. Their partnership represents exactly what elite collaboration should look like in professional sports. Caitlin's playmaking and deep-range shooting perfectly complement Aliyah's dominant interior presence and versatile defense, while off the court they consistently lift each other up. Aliyah understands that Caitlin landing a major NBC role doesn't diminish her own value. It elevates the entire Fever franchise, keeps the team in headlines, attracts future talent, and creates more opportunities for everyone involved. That mindset is what separates winners from losers. Winners celebrate teammate success because they know rising tides lift all boats. With only a few players under contract beyond 2025, the Fever are clearly building around these two stars, and their genuine mutual support will define the franchise's future. Caitlin's own humble response to the NBC opportunity mirrors that same class, highlighting a shared professionalism that stood strong through adversity, CBA chaos, and league-wide negativity. Aliyah's immediate, unfiltered support wasn't calculated or performative. It was authentic, and fans recognized it instantly. In a league often dominated by resentment toward Caitlin's success, Aliyah's reaction quietly set the standard for how true professionals should behave. Her two-word response said everything. Secure stars support each other. Championship cultures are built on trust, and the Indiana Fever have something real and potentially special developing with this duo.